Imagine empowering people to enjoy the advantages of the cloud on any device using the applications they like. Imagine providing access to applications and information across laptops, smartphones, and tablets, while still maintaining security and protecting information. Imagine IT that empowers any work style, letting your end users concentrate on being productive when and where they want to. You don't have to imagine it. Empower People-Centric IT with Windows Server 2012, built from the cloud up.
I want to talk to you about how some of the work that we've been doing in the Cloud OS empowers people-centric IT. You know, the number one question that I get across the industry right now is, how should I think about the consumerization of IT? And how should I think about enabling my users to bring in their own devices? You know, this is an area that we've done a lot of innovation and a lot of work in. And specifically, I think there are three big key areas that you need to think about as you're thinking about your strategy and how you want to enable the whole phenomena of BYOD. And those three areas of focus really are: one, you want to make sure that you deliver a personalized experience to the user. Second, you want to enable your users to be productive on any device, anywhere, and get access to their apps and their data on any device, anywhere. And then finally, you need to make sure that you deliver that in a way where you have a secure and well-managed environment to protect the corporate assets. So let's dig into each one of these one by one. And first, let's talk about the personalized experience. You know, to deliver a personalized experience, it really puts the people or the user at the center. And when you think about how you manage the identity and the experience of your users, that all builds on top of Active Directory. You know, Active Directory is ubiquitous. It is the most commonly used tool around the world where organizations manage the identity of their users. And all the innovation that we've done in the Cloud OS and all the work that we've done enabling these scenarios like BYOD all center on that user in Active Directory. And having a common identity system is critical for you to enable to do this. We've extended that. We are all now also enabling you to take the information in your Active Directory and synchronize that with the cloud into what we call Windows Azure Active Directory. And with Windows Azure Active Directory, you now have identity in the cloud, and you can start to build solutions that really leverage the cloud with any kind of application. And you know, this Azure Active Directory, it's actually the underpinning of how we're actually building our own solutions. So as you look at Office 365 or Windows Intune, our device and desktop management solution from the cloud, they are built on Active Directory. So personalized experience is number one. Second, how can we help you enable your users to use any device, anywhere, and on any device, anywhere, get access to their apps and their data? At Microsoft, we really do have a comprehensive approach here, and we've been working on this for many, many years. It all builds on top of the Cloud OS with Windows Server 2012, but then it integrates other technologies with things like System Center Configuration Manager and Windows Intune. And this combination allows you to go and set policy that says these users or these departments should have access to these applications. And then as your users authenticate to Active Directory or Azure Active Directory, they're seamlessly delivered down to the users independent of the device, and your users can get access to everything they need to do their jobs. And in Windows Server 2012, there's an incredible amount of innovation that we've done here as well in this area to enable this. Things like the work we've done in VDI and in remote desktop services. We've done work in easing the setup. Literally, it's 13 clicks of the mouse and you can have a VDI environment up and running. We've done work in the actual end user experience so that the user doesn't see a difference if they're running locally or if they're running in a centralized manner. The experience, even running high definition video, just is seamless and it's beautiful. And that's the work that we've done in Remote FX. And then finally, we've done work in really taking your costs of VDI down. You know, storage often accounts for up to 70% of the total cost of a VDI deployment. And some of the work that we've done in Windows Server 2012 now enables you to build out a VDI environment on just industry standard, inexpensive storage, and takes that 70% cost equation and just dramatically reduces it. So innovations in setup, in the end user experience, and also in cost. And then finally, we've done some work that really enables you to basically extend your network out to anywhere the users want to work at. With the work that we have in direct access in Windows Server 2012, your users can access all their corporate assets independent of where they are anywhere in the world. So that's innovation that we've done that really are focused on your users. So delivering a people-centric experience, enabling users on any device anywhere, let's now talk about some of the work that we've done that really enables IT to ensure a well-managed and secure environment. And protecting the corporate assets is really one of the most critical things that IT professionals around the world are really charged for. You want to enable your users, but you want to do it in a way that ensures the protection and the security of all the corporate assets. So let's talk about some of those things that we've done in Windows Server 2012 to enable this. First of all, there's something in Windows Server 2012 that we call dynamic access control. And think of this as a way to actually go out and classify your data. So you can go out and classify at a file level, at a directory or share level, and then you can you can put in policy that says certain users or certain departments should have access to the data based upon the classification. That way you're able to actually protect the data and make sure that only appropriate people who are supposed to see certain data get access to that, and then track the usage of all of that. Then we've also done work in terms of how we actually enable you to manage your end user devices. If you think about the world that we have historically built for, System Center was built for a world where you tightly controlled from an IT perspective basically all aspects of the user's device and experience. And that was all about control. In this new world where users are bringing in their own devices, both the expectation of the users and the actual architecture of the devices don't allow you to control things the way that you used to. And so we've had to really reimagine and reinvent what we think management is in this world of users bringing in their own devices. And so we've now extended what we do to enable both control and what we call governance. And just a quick example of governance would be, I'm going to allow users to come in and access corporate applications and data, but I have two requirements. The device has to have a power-on password, and it has to be encrypted. And as long as that criteria is met, I will trust the device and let users access that. So with what we've built in this overall solution, you can put that kind of a policy in place, and as long as it's met, you can enable your users to be productive and do their work on their own devices. But I want you to remember, you have to have both control and governance. Both are needed. So I'm always a believer of seeing is believing. And so with that, let's actually take a demonstration and take a look at some of the work that we've been doing. And to do that, we're going to invite one of the engineers to come in and show us that. And so let's give a welcome to Craig. Hey, good to see you, Craig.
Hey, good to be here, Brad. Thanks. So I just got this new Windows 8 tablet, and I have to say I love it. Whether it's sitting at home on the couch, just reading news, or looking at pictures of my kid, or checking email, it seems like it does absolutely everything. It's a great form factor, it's kind of nice and sexy and cool, and I really don't want to put it down. In fact, I want to take it with me everywhere I can. And that includes even to work. But you know what? It works great in a work environment as well. My IT department is using Windows Intune to present me with this nice, personalized view of the Contoso Center. This allows me to get applications that I can install on my own personal device that I can actually be productive to do work things with. So I can take a look at this. I can see I've got web links. I've got links to side-loaded Windows 8 applications that I can install, or I've even got links to applications that exist in the Windows Store, so I can get this really nice curated experience so my IT pro can tell me what I should really be using for work rather than having to go sift through the store. Now, of course, there's plenty of situations where I actually don't want to go and install an application because, this is my device. I really don't want my company's, organization's data and apps being scattered all over it. And we've got a great story there in terms of our story with Remote Desktop and VDI. So let me show you now. I've launched this very nice Remote Desktop app that's a Windows 8 native app. And I can see I've got access here to Dynamics, OneNote, Visio, all these great applications that now I'm accessing using VDI that seamlessly integrate with my tablet. And so you can see I can go run a heavyweight application like Dynamics. I can look at my corporate data all on my device from anywhere in the world. Now, of course, there are also situations where I don't just want access to an application, I actually want access to my full corporate desktop. Let's say, for example, I'm actually going to approve some campaign, a new marketing campaign, for example. And I actually want to go and look at some videos, and I don't want those videos to leave my organization. Well, using a VDI session, a remote desktop services, I can connect to a machine anywhere in the world. And you can see here in this example, I'm actually accessing the campaign videos, and I can look at the video, and because of Remote FX, I've got high quality, high def video, all being streamed to my tablet, no matter where I am. Now, of course, it's not just applications, we need to protect data as well. And some of the great features that Brad mentioned around dynamic access control mean that as a user, even though I'm accessing this data remotely, when I actually go and look in the folder for my company financial data, this data has been automatically protected, it's automatically classified, so I know exactly what I'm looking at. Anything I create there will automatically be protected, and I don't have to worry about any security breaches or anything like that. And let's see how one of our customers is using VDI.
We have 2,000 plus people in 5 different major financial centers. Obviously, because of the distances and latency, we have specific challenges in providing them rich client interfaces and capabilities against systems that we host in Canada. And the only possible solution to do this is through application publishing in RDS or through a VDI infrastructure. We do consider VDI to be a very solid play. If the trader perceives any performance degradation, they just stop using it right away. The value proposition coming from Microsoft has improved constantly. With the release of 2012, Microsoft is really driving it home on all fronts. Remote effects played a significant role. We have a lot of market data display, a lot of visual indicators, and there should be no lag between that display happening and the ability of the user to react to it. We believe that this latest technology released by Microsoft is coming as close as it possibly be to a full desktop experience.
So let's recap some of the innovations that we've built into Windows Server 2012, the backbone for the Cloud OS. First, there's a series of innovations that we've done around VDI, improved and simplified the setup, improved the end user experience in remote FX, and then significantly lowered the cost through the innovation we've done in storage. And there's a series of innovations in access and information protection, the work we've done in direct access, in dynamic access control, and in just the core of Active Directory. You know, with Windows Server 2012, the Cloud OS empowers people-centric IT and really enables you to deliver a solution to let your users be productive anywhere in the world they want to work. What I've tried to focus on today is really the 3 core tenets and the 3 areas that I think you really need to focus on as you build out and deliver a solution that enables this. So to recap, to enable your users to be productive wherever and however they want to work, personalize the experience through the identity in Active Directory, ensure and guarantee and let your users work on any device anywhere they want to work, give them access to all their applications and the appropriate data. And then do that in a secure and a well-managed way and protect the company assets. You know, as we built Windows Server 2012, we really focused in on cloud computing and how we would enable this trend around the consumerization of IT and bring your own device. And we think we've delivered the world-class solution on that. You know, as one of the engineers that worked on Windows Server 2012, I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is our best work. Thank you, and we are just so excited to see what you're going to do with Windows Server 2012.